amazing. I hope you had a great day and looking forward to seeing you all in tomorrow's trading session as well. I'm going to go over my analysis on the S&P 500. Um, for today's session, we pretty much we made a high of day. We gapped up into the opening session, made a high of day with just one candle on the 5 minute time frame, basically creating a high of day at 545.86. And then we had a big sell off that pretty much double bottomed its way back up at the break of this downtrend here, which we had an amazing opportunity at the break of this demand candle here. We had an amazing trade. We made some nice profits. And just to top things off for the Bulls, what we had is we had a downtrend breakout, and then that was followed by an imbalance move where Bulls created a rally, and that directional move was then respected by a digestion, a consolidation, digesting that prior rally from the downtrending breakout. And so far, Bulls just into the closing session made a big imbalance move towards 545.88 and sold off with that candle exactly there, which is the morning high of day. So what does this mean heading into tomorrow? How do you trade this price action heading into tomorrow's trading session? Well, I will be looking for this particular resistance level at 545. First, I will be using 545.50 as a starting point. And then once we break 545, this is my signal that Bulls are in control and that they're going to be going for another imbalance move, continuing the rally that we started from the downtrending breakout. So above 545.50, right at tomorrow's opening session, you can look for a confirmation to enter a bullish trade above 545.88 and for a move towards 545.10. So this is what I'm looking forward to heading into tomorrow's trading session. Bulls held really well. I have to say that Bulls held really well. If we look at the daily time frame as well, we did not break that Friday support that we have been respecting all day, and so far things are looking good. So this is how the daily time frame looks. It looks like Bulls are simply consolidating and spending time off the clock for the 20 EMA line to catch up. Now, I will be honest, team. I don't think we can sustain prices up here for much longer. Now, what I will be looking for heading into tomorrow's trading session for momentum on the bull side is if Powell is going to be nice. Now, considering the recent PCE data that we had, it was low, and if that in turn influences Powell to be a lot more calm than usual, then that is very bullish. If he is more, let's say, he's more friendly, he's smiling more, then this is a great signal that, or this is a great indication that the market is going to head towards 547, which is our main target for this week, and then 550s if we get above 547. The reason why we will head to 550 if we break above 547 is because there is no other resistance. So the only resistance that's currently in place, or that's an overhead resistance for the bulls heading into this low volume week, is 546.98. Once they break that resistance, they're pretty much going to head all the way to 547 and this whole territory to 550 because there are no resistance levels up ahead. So this is my analysis on the S&P 500. The two levels that I would be looking out for is if bears get below 544.58, that is very bearish, and we should expect 542.92 to be tested and also broken down. So if this particular level at 544.55 is broken tomorrow, we will break this bigger support level. We will head towards 539, and we will not stop there until we retest this demand zone smart money concept right around the 535 area. So that's what I will be looking for the rest of this week here, team. And what are the levels on the upside? If bulls do get above 545.50 or 545.65 to be more precise, then I'm going to be very bullish, anticipating 547 to be tested, and even this whole territory in any further upside momentum. So if there is further upside or positive sentiment from Powell, then 547 to 550 can be the next level for the bulls to try and really momentum trade and get a third retest at that level of resistance, creating a rather broader bull flag instead of instead of this bearish pattern here that looks like we could be getting a potential trend change where we were going from higher highs, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and now we're placing a low below that prior low, and we could be placing a lower high that can follow through with a breakdown below the recent low, which would then set the ground for a bigger lower low, and that will really turn bearish, which would send prices down to the smart money zone. So that's what I'm looking forward to if bears do show any weakness. Now, as long as bulls do maintain, again, we can expect them to break out above 545.65 area towards 547. This is the trade that I will be looking forward to into tomorrow's trading session. Now, going over some of the stocks that led today's rally. Apple was one. Apple is up almost 3%. And we have a rally base, and it looks like we're going to be getting another rally above 220 towards the 225s and even 230 on Apple. So as long as Apple shows momentum heading into the rest of this week, the S&P 500, along with the other indexes, can see further upside, such as NASDAQ. So another stock that was leading today's rally is Microsoft. We can see Microsoft had a bearish breakdown on Friday, and coming into today's session on Monday had a massive bullish engulfing candle, and we made new all-time highs. So now that the RSI is getting above 70%, this could possibly lead to a melt-up operation on Microsoft towards the 470s. Now, I'm not saying this will happen, but I'm simply looking at Microsoft for further positive sentiment, further positive momentum on the overall market, so that I can take advantage of the S&P 500, QQQ, and so forth. Now, we looked at Microsoft, we looked at Apple. Another stock that also led today's rally is NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA, this stock is known for these heroic sort of moves where we retest the lows of one of the bigger major support levels around the 118, and then shoot back up all the way, creating a wick on the daily time frame, as we can see here, turning this into a bullish hammer like nothing happened. So the fact that they are back inside of this consolidation, it's like nothing happened. So heading into tomorrow's trading session, do we get a follow through towards 128 on NVIDIA? Or do we get a breakdown, basically filling this gap, showing that bears are indeed weak, and then we would break the first support target, and head towards our second target at 107. Personally, I'm not going to touch NVIDIA for some time. I'm going to stay out of NVIDIA. If we come down to 107, this is a level that I will be buying long-term shares at again. But as long as we remain up here, I'm going to continue to watch it and see if bulls can break above 128. If bulls break above 128, then this means that bulls are back in control, and they're going to retest this big supply candle. The reason why I'm staying away from NVIDIA is because the last time we printed a similar candle like that, bearish engulfing, as we can see here, we went on a prolonged 1 month correction, and this is what I'm thinking here. If we continue to see more downside, then we can expect this support at 118 to crack and then head down to 107, which is where I would be buying, or I would start buying for the long term. Now, this does not mean you should short NVIDIA. It just means to simply be cautious and observe the price action for it, because there can be better opportunities that can come from it for those that are patient. So, yeah, team, these are the stocks that led today's session. Now, in last night's Sunday meeting, we talked about the stocks that will be leading today's session, which were the banks, and the banks did phenomenal. We can see JPM, GS, as well as WFC. So GS is up 2.5%. WFC is also up a great amount here, as we can see, 2%. So banks did really well. If you attended last night's session, you definitely had a great day in the market, because we talked about the sectors that we're going to get rotation, and we honestly nailed them. So, uh, but what we did not, what we did not anticipate was tech getting so strong. So, um, now that we have this development and tech is looking strong, we will be looking for further upside on the S&P 500 potentially, because of that S&P, because of that tech strength. So that's all for today's session, for today's price action analysis. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day and see you in tomorrow's trading session. Take care, traders.